and it's a good morning to everyone this morning. Tuesday the somethings of October. Let me see, the 11th of October, and I'm just going to come on and have a little bit of a chat, see what's going on, what's happening in the news over here, that sort of thing, and hopefully somebody will join me. If they don't, they don't. We all had to start somewhere. So here's my new start again. I was confused there on where I was going with that. I have been streaming all types of hours of the evening, days, nights, and everything else. So I want to try and get back into chatting and doing makeup, etc. at a reasonable hour in the morning. So there may be somebody out there who may be on the same timeline as me, and we can chat and find out what's going on. So let's see. I want to go into the news for a start. And our local town here in the Midlands, we won a cup the other night. I'm actually not sure what it is. It's usually Sam Maguire. I'm not sure what this one's called because it is younger boys that play this for this cup. So I'm not sure. I shall find out for you. But it's great community spirit and interest, and everybody's ecstatic over this cup that was won the other night. And so it's going around all the schools and everywhere so that everybody can have a hold of it and a look at it. Because, God, I don't even remember the last time that the boys here won a cup. I'm not sure. It wouldn't have been overly too many years ago. But a fair whack of years at the same time. So that's one bit of exciting news that's happened around here. And the other morning there was the bad accident up in I think it was Belfast, Donegal. Yeah, I think it was Donegal actually. It was up the north anyway, where a garage, a roof fell into the shop and the roof of the petrol pumps came down, and there was 10 that had died from that accident. But I see here that a 12-year-old of Cresloch blast victim narrowly escaped injury. So at least, thankfully, hi Craftastic. So thankfully there is some good news that one 12-year-old boy was saved. There was an awful tragedy. The 10 people who were killed in it, I'm not sure what ages. I think they were kind of all ages. I seen a picture of them on online yesterday, and there was people of every age that were involved in that shop and petrol pump roof fallen in. It was dreadful. Katie McCabe was not feeling the weight of expectation. I don't know what she plays. Looks like soccer. Oh Lord. Companies failing to take action on decarbonisation. Oh God, the carbon footprint back again. This never seems to yeah, it was very sad. I can't even comprehend what those people went through, and how their families are coping with it. But maybe the strength in numbers, and maybe the fact that there's other people facing the same thing. Maybe they're gathering as a community. Maybe, I don't know if that's possible. But it would be good if they did gather as a community and have, maybe after everything is done, maybe the month's mine, maybe have it together, and so as they all know they're all in the same. I want to choose my words correctly, because it's a very sensitive topic and a very sensitive thing to have happened. And I'm sure they have come together to give each other condolences and that, because it actually breaks my heart thinking about it. Breaks my heart to think about it. And it was so misleading. The pictures the other morning was so misleading. It looked like it was only the petrol pump roof that was after falling in. And then you got the aerial view and you seen that the shop roof had fallen in into the shop. And then there was part of the apartments. I don't know if... No, it doesn't bear thinking about at all. There seemed to be an awful lot of oh my God, I have some on my own roof as well, and I can't think of the name of them. The glass that sits on your roof to heat the water and to heat the house. Solar system. There seemed to be an awful lot of solar panels on top of that roof, and the wind and rain last weekend, maybe did that contribute to it? I don't know. Yeah, the solar system, yeah. It's sad. It's sad. And for it to be all ages as well. Not that it mattered what age people are when something happens to them, but from the young to the old, there was no age group, no collective group of people that were saved from it. I hope that doesn't sound rude, because I don't mean it to sound rude. It's just that everybody of all ages was caught in it. It's sad. But yeah, the oil companies now, companies failing to take action on decarbonisation. This was going to be the next story anyway, but oh my god. Your carbon footprint. These factories were built, and yes, there is smoke out of these factories, but there's a bigger picture there. Do you know? It's not. The companies have to work. They have to do have their employment and everything else, and unfortunately, some factories do have to have their smoke fuel emitting from their factory, and that's just how it is. So what's the alternatives? Close down factories, have more unemployment, or just take into consideration how much emissions are actually being leaked into the environment, as opposed to if people were at home costing the state a couple of bob, you know. Art Laboe, I don't have a clue who he is. 97 years of age, oldies but goodies. Art Laboe, long-time radio DJ, dies at 97. He looked well for his age. Didn't look that age at all. From California, I think it's saying here. Yeah, his loyal listeners were from segregation in Southern California during the 8-decade broadcast career. That was a long time to be broadcasting. He passed away on Friday night at home in Palm Springs, California, after catching pneumonia. And may he rest in peace. And God bless him. So that's news really that's on the phone for this morning. Who has been messing with my head on YouTube this week? Hi, Michelle. I suppose it's Foodie Beauty and her attire that she's taken up with this week in entertainment. Not sure if too many people will agree with it. I don't. I think whatever her reasons for doing this is, I don't know. I don't know. Is it? I'm hearing rummaging. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't know. Is it to catch somebody's attention? I'm not sure if it's to actually get into certain religions. I'm not sure if it's just her being her, but I don't know if it's a good thing. I'm sure it's going to end up a bad thing in the long run. Does anybody here? Well, I'm assuming everyone here is Irish, so I'm not sure if you do watch Foodie Beauty. She's a Canadian lady, and she has quite the following. She's very controversial and very, very she's an acquired taste. That's how I'll put it. She's a very acquired taste. I'm not sure how I'm going to take the mornings and what I'm going to do with the mornings, but I want to try and get my sleep pattern back normal. So as I can get on Facebook and do my makeup, and never heard of her. Well, it's Foodie Beauty on YouTube, and I'd say everybody should sorry, subject themselves to one of her shows. I think nobody should subject themselves to any. However, to get the whole feeling of Foodie Beauty, you have to kind of watch a couple of her live streams, because you won't get the whole rigmarole of what she's talking about or what she's doing unless you watch a few of her. So yeah, you either watch none or you watch a few. Yeah, she's something to something for not every palate, I'll put it that way. Which is really funny because she's a Foodie Beauty, so she has quite the palate. Oh my god. I'm not sure what's going to happen with radio. Did you see that the local radio station? I have someone who works there, and they won an award the other night too, the Irish something radio awards. So that was one. Do you have a link for her? I do. How do I type? I actually have never typed in here. But if you post comment, I'm just I don't have the link, but if you just type in this, you'll find plenty of information on her. She you see, I've never gone out to get the link to come back in to share the link on my own stream. So I would have done it for other people. I would have been able to get links and put it in other people's chats, but I have never done it for my own chat. So and is everyone from Ireland? No problem. No problem at all. Like I don't know what to fit into my hours of streaming. I do know a few people that I could get on to talk if it is basically Irish watchers. There's a few people that I could get on to talk to what's happening around the country at the moment, their take on things, what needs to be done spiritually for for the future in this country. And, you know, bit of breathing exercises, a few meditation exercises, and because we're going to need our spirituality. I'm not saying religion, because religion is so many categories. I just say a spiritual growth, as I would put myself spiritual. I would not give myself, well, I was christened, but I would give myself the title of spiritual. And we will need tactics and a way of connecting with nature and, again, spirituality in the future and in the near future, because we've been through quite a lot of rough times in the last while, and please God, they're ending, and we have to build the world up again from where it's gone in the last 2 years. And we will be needing each other, and we will be needing help mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So I will be doing a bit of that, maybe a few deep breaths at the end of the shows every morning. I will be going, and I shall be looking at other shows that's on in the morning time and give an update on what they've been talking about as well. Although it's always doom and gloom, and I'm not a very doomy gloomy person. I like to make the best of a bad situation, and it's all a bad situation right now. And so to make a good situation out of that is what I think I'll be trying to do. Mooching again around the place. So, and then after the YouTube lives in the morning, I could be earlier, I might be later sometimes, I'm not sure. Then I'll go straight to Facebook, and I shall do my makeup and have a chat on there as well with my friends over there on Facebook, which such a pain in the left toe. I had a Facebook with a fantastic following that Facebook decided to take down on me. Like, there was 3,000 following me on Facebook, and when I was in different groups, there was 3,000 in the angel reading cards group. There was over 1,000 in my makeup group, and then I'd go on my profile as well, and I'd have, I don't even know how many friends I had on that would watch my lives as well. A couple of thousand, I don't know, but it's gone. I have to redo my Facebook, get all those friends back, get my numbers back up. I've been busy. So I'll be doing that. Then I will be uploading, when I get onto the computer in the evenings, I'll be uploading the morning makeup chat from Facebook. I'll be uploading it onto StreamYard as well, onto the platform. Because I can never, when I sit down to do my makeup, I can never think of tricks and tips when I sit down. But then as I'm doing my makeup, I realize, yeah, well, I am over 40, um, close enough to 50. So there are different techniques that I would have to use that would help the more mature skin, and that the teenagers wouldn't have a problem with, as in hooded eyes, and how to combat all these issues. So I do, as I'm doing my makeup, I do come up with the tips. But if I was to be sat down and say, well, how would you contour your face to make your face look younger? I'd be like, haven't a clue. Yes, I do have a clue. I've lots of clues, but it just when I'm put on the spot, I don't have any idea. So I will be doing that, uploading 45 plus makeup for everyday looks, for party looks, things like that. So there'll be quite the shows every morning, I'm hoping. Earlier than this, maybe later than this, but it will be in the morning time, while everyone's asleep. Do you hear that? Well, you might actually hear humming because my makeup fridge is humming over there on the side of the desk, but there's no people walking around. I don't mean spirits either, I mean like humans. So yeah, there'll be lots going on different days of the week, and take it from there, see what happens. I'm excited. I'm going to be looking into the Hampstead case as well, which I've been interested in for years. I'm not sure if anybody here is familiar with it, but I've been interested in this particular case. Normally, I'll take liken to an American case, sometimes Irish and English, but this is an English case that's just so. There's that many twists and turns and rabbit holes, and it's just it's mind-boggling. So I will be looking into that, and every few days I'll give an update on what I found, timeline wise. I'll start from when the kids were born, the two Hampstead kids, Gabriel and oh God, I always forget her name because it's either Ariella, Annalise. I think it's Annalise. But Gabriel and Annalise, yeah, that sounds familiar. So yeah, from when they were born and the ups and downs the mother and father had until they separated, and to where they are now. They're teenagers now. They're with their father. Nobody seems to know where. The last time they were seen, the daughter was 13, I think, in and around 13. There was speculation that she was expecting and stuff, but I'm not sure. So I'll be updating people on that. That it's come back into the highlight, just like Madeline has. Madeline's back in the news again, because they didn't get the grant this year that they get every year. There's a couple of million to keep the investigation going, and this year they weren't given the money, so they couldn't take. They needed that money to take the police officer from Portugal to court again, because he's still claiming what he claims, and they're fighting. Oh look, every year. And do you know, it's every year at this time of the year that it comes out. Last year we had the German man, and the year before that we had the German man and the white van that he was supposed to have abducted people in. And he ended up in prison the year before last. And then they tried to put Madeleine on him as well. Like, look, to me, it sounded like the man's going to prison for life anyway. So they might as well just put another charge on him, you know, and save the taxpayer money. In my opinion, that's probably not right at all. But it does keep coming up this time of the year, that they find new evidence or something happens. And for the simple reason is because their grant is due back around in April. So if they have new evidence and they say, well, to the judge, well, we've this evidence and we want to go down this pathway and that pathway, he'll issue the grant of however many millions it is. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Well, you're here, so I don't know why you're here, but there must be a reason. So yeah, that case is what I'm going to be looking into, the Hampstead children. Well, it's not the Hampstead children, it was a whole school of children that were being abused, and so I will be looking into it, and that's probably, I'm hoping that's not why somebody is being told to come here. I do not need okay, Michelle K. Wish now. So yeah. So what case fascinates you that it's not solved? The Hampstead case or the Madeleine case? Of course it won't. She can read the chat. So yeah, both of those cases haven't been solved. So I just go and I'm not really interested in Madeleine case because in my head that has been solved. They're just trying to swindle lots and lots and lots of things. So yeah, that's something I'll be doing at night time. I'm going to go back to my ghost stories for the ghosts of Halloween for this month, and I stopped doing them over the weekend. Don't know why. I think it was just my whole sleeping pattern was upside down and back to front, and it probably will be for another while. I'm not. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it depends on what. It depends on how each person has it solved in their heads as well, I suppose. There's that many theories out there. I have one theory. I've had it since the start, and That's the one I'm sticking with. Yeah, JonBenét had my attention for a long time because my daughters were doing beauty pageants at the time, and they were winning. And I'm talking about 3 different cases now, but 2 of them are over this side. The Hampstead case is the first case. The gist of it is, do you know what? I'm just going to have to Google it because I want to get the child's name right, and I've never been able to. Hampstead. Ariana is the one that always comes to my head, but oh god. Oh, sometimes the internet does my nutting. Also, sometimes I do my nutting with the internet because it doesn't like me very much. Well, anyway, the gist of it is, Gabriel was the son's name, and they went to the school, a very, very posh school in Hampstead. They were from the village. It's just outside London. Don't tell me they're not going to say the name of the children. Do you know what? They probably won't, just to annoy me. Not that it's going to annoy me, but that they're doing it on purpose. Ariella. Oh god. No, this site isn't going to detail. Isn't going to give the name of the kids, I don't think. Right, anyway, okay. So there was a son and a daughter involved. And they went to this very posh school just outside London in Hampstead, and the mother and father broke up. They split up. The mother found a new boyfriend, not under cabbage leaves or anything. She met a new man, and so the kids started talking about things that were happening in the school, and they were brought to the church that was a part of the school that was on the same grounds as the school. So yeah, there was abuse going on in the school, but the children were saying that their father was the instigator of all of this abuse that was going on in the school and the church. And the father said that it was the mother that was putting them up to saying these things. They went to court, they told the judge all that went on. They never changed their story, and on the last interview that I seen of them in a Garda station, their story was still the same. The other children's stories that were attending that school and church were also the same, detail by detail. Nothing was changed. So if it was a story that was made up, it would be all different, and the kids wouldn't be able to say what was going on. One child said of a tattoo that was on one of the teacher's legs, I think, but it would have been high up on the leg. And so anyway, he went to court, got full access, full custody of the children, because he told the judge that the mother was making up all these lies, so he couldn't get to see the kids, and then he ran away with them. Last I heard, they were in America, not sure where, but they were on advertisements in America, and they won an award for something got to do with cars. They were in the advert for the cars as well. I'll try and find that advert, but I think that's been swiped off the internet. A lot of the stuff in this case has been wiped. It's a very disturbing case, very very sad, but very disturbing, and not for the faint-hearted. It's horrendous. So that will be the first case that I'll be looking into, but I won't be doing many American ones because I know people over there that will be covering them. So I'll be mostly looking for cases over here that I can look into, like the guy in Meath who he had it set up so perfectly. The setup was he would be finishing getting ready for work. The wife would drop the kids off to school. She'd come home, and when she'd come home, he'd be just leaving for work. Something like that. Very easy going family life in the morning. But it was so monotonous and so regimental that nobody in the town or village really passed much heed in it, because that's how they did it every morning. That's just how it went. But this one particular morning, he stayed at home, and I think, you see, this is why I'm going to have to look into it more, because I think the kids weren't picked up from school, and that's what set off the alarm bells. And somebody went over to the house to see what was wrong, why the mother hadn't picked up the boys, and she was found. Oh, by the way, girls, I don't really read chat, so sorry if you're fighting, but I don't really read chat very much. So yeah, she was found dead, and he was getting away with it. He almost got away with it. Until they started looking into where his phone was pinging and at what time. And they realised that the phone was pinging later than normal. That's really weird. That just goes up to 1, down to 0, up to 1. It looks like one person's fighting with herself. You go, girl. You do you. You do you. Um yeah, so until they went to find out where his phone pinged and at what time, they realised that he left for work later than normal, just by a few minutes, and the whole lot. He was caught, he was sentenced to prison, and that's when they realised, during the end of the court hearings, that he had a girlfriend for years, and she met him in the courtroom coming up to the end of the trial. And other than that, nobody knew he had a girlfriend. Nobody knew he left for work late that morning. They just assumed he was gone at his normal time, because he was able to tell people, to tell the cops, well, I do this and I do that, and she goes to the school at this time, and he had his routine down pat. And just like Mr. Watts, really, there was no and he didn't come across as a man that would have been the type to do this, so anyway, need to look into that. But there's so many cases here. Linda LaPlante, she had a holiday home, Galway, I think. It was somewhere really like the Gaeltacht, very remote, and she'd walk down to the pub. She was a writer, an author, so sure you've come across some of her books. Linda LaPlante. Now some people say it's Linda LaPlantier, but she was French. I don't know. She's Linda LaPlante to me. Her documentary was on Netflix maybe a year and a half ago, but to this day they haven't found her killer. They don't know who did it. She'd come over here for a few weeks or a few months to write a novel or two, leave her husband and the kids in France. So the speculation that the husband came over and there was a row or something, and so that's another case that's from here that's interesting. So now, so I've been rabbiting on for an hour now, nearly, 50 minutes, and a latte is calling me, and I didn't make one and bring one up to the room with me. I should have done that. I shall know for tomorrow morning. And catch you on the flip side. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye.